Imagine standing on the edge of a vast, silent canyon. The wind whips around you, carrying the scent of pine and the distant whisper of possibility. The digital clock blinked 6:53 a.m. Maya groaned, burying her face deeper into her pillow. Another Monday, another mountain of paperwork at the accounting firm, another day where her soul felt like a squeezed-out lemon. Her apartment, usually a beacon of sunshine, yellow walls, and thriving plants, felt suffocating. The vibrant colors seemed to mock her, a constant reminder of the creativity she was suppressing. Because deep down, Maya wasn't an accountant, she was an artist. Ever since she was a little girl, sketching whimsical creatures and fantastical landscapes in the margins of her textbooks, she dreamed of painting, bold strokes of color, textures that whispered stories, canvases that breathed with life. That was her true north. But practicality had intervened. Her parents, bless their hearts, had instilled in her the importance of a stable career. Art, they cautioned, was a hobby, not a livelihood. So, she'd traded watercolors for spreadsheets, brushes for calculators. And somewhere along the way, the vibrant flame of her artistic passion had dwindled to a flickering ember. Today, however, felt different. The air crackled with a strange energy. Maybe it was the unusually vivid sunrise painting the city skyline in hues of apricot and rose. Or maybe it was the nagging voice inside her, growing louder with each passing day, whispering, "What if?" Maya finally dragged herself out of bed. As she stumbled toward the kitchen, she noticed a half-finished canvas propped against the wall. It was a painting she'd started weeks ago, a vibrant depiction of a hidden waterfall cascading into a turquoise pool, inspired by a postcard she'd found in a vintage shop. She'd started it with enthusiasm, but the weight of deadlines and the fear of failure had gradually eroded her motivation. Now the canvas felt like a giant, accusing eye. Suddenly, impulsively, she grabbed a brush. Dipping it into a pot of cerulean blue, she splashed it onto the canvas with reckless abandon. The cool, smooth paint felt liberating against her fingertips. She didn't think. She didn't plan. She just painted. The blue of the water deepened, the green of the surrounding foliage intensified. The light dancing on the cascading water became more vibrant. She lost herself in the process, the world outside fading away as the canvas transformed into a vibrant, breathing reality. 7 minutes. That's all she allowed herself. 7 minutes of pure, unadulterated creative expression before the demands of her stable career pulled her back. When the alarm on her phone blared, she reluctantly put down the brush. Looking at the canvas, she was surprised. In just 7 minutes, she had managed to capture a feeling, an essence, that had eluded her for weeks. It wasn't perfect, not by a long shot, but it was alive. As she got ready for work, the feeling lingered. The lemon-squeezed feeling was gone, replaced by a faint buzz of excitement. At work, she still crunched numbers and balanced spreadsheets. But something had shifted. The world seemed brighter, the colors more vivid. During her lunch break, instead of scrolling mindlessly through social media, she sketched a quick landscape on a napkin. That evening, back in her apartment, she deliberately carved out another 7 minutes before dinner, and then another the next day, and another. Slowly, steadily, the embers of her artistic passion began to glow brighter. She started taking online art classes, experimenting with new techniques, and sharing her work online. It wasn't easy. There were setbacks, moments of self-doubt, and the constant pressure of her demanding job. But the memory of that first 7-minute burst of creativity propelled her forward. She realized it wasn't about quitting her job and becoming a full-time artist overnight. It was about integrating her passion into her life, one brushstroke at a time. Years later, Maya stood in her art studio, surrounded by canvases filled with vibrant paintings. Her work was being displayed in galleries across the city, earning her recognition and acclaim. She hadn't abandoned her practical side entirely. She still managed her own finances and even offered pro bono accounting services to fellow artists. Looking back, she realized that those initial 7 minutes had been a catalyst, a spark that had ignited her dormant dreams. They had taught her the power of small, consistent actions, the importance of nurturing her inner voice, and the courage to embrace her true self, one brushstroke, one spreadsheet at a time. The canyon she had imagined that early morning, the wind, the pine-filled air, the quiet possibilities that were there all the time, she simply didn't see them. All because she didn't take the time to imagine them, even for just 7 minutes. It wasn't just about painting, it was about living a life filled with purpose and passion, a life where aspirations could indeed be turned into reality, one small, deliberate step at a time. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more. Thank you.